On August 28, 2025, the Dallas Cowboys traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers.
Packer land is
It was just about killing four.
It's very simple.
Right.
Dak was indispensable, and Micah wasn't.
But what you probably didn't know is that 3 days later, Jerry Jones paid $92 million for a zero-star recruit who played wide receiver in high school. They call him the Pick Six Menace.
picked off. Guess who?
For those of you who don't know what a pick six is, that's when the player gets an interception and scores a touchdown. And in this video, you're about to find out how a zero-star recruit who played wide receiver in high school ended up holding an NFL record that stood for 30 years and what Jerry Jones said about him that has us Cowboys fans a little bit concerned. And that's just scratching the surface. His name is DaRon Bland. He is 6 feet tall. He weighs 202 pounds. He holds the NFL single-season record for most interceptions returned for a touchdown with 5, a mark that had stood for 30 years before he broke it on Thanksgiving Day in front of a national television audience. And when they asked him about the record afterwards, he said, "It means everything. My family is here, so it was great to break the record right in front of them." That is DaRon Bland, the quietest player in the building and the most dangerous one on the field. But here's what makes that record even crazier. He didn't even play the cornerback in high school. He was a wide receiver. He went unranked by every single recruiting service. Not one star, 2 different college programs, an entire season canceled by COVID, and he didn't get drafted until the 5th round. But before we break this down for you, do me a favor and hype the video and subscribe, and with that, let's go. So how does a zero-star recruit from the Central Valley of California who played receiver in high school end up holding an NFL record that had stood for over 30 years? DaRon Bland was born on July 12, 1999 in Modesto, California. If you don't know Modesto, it sits in the San Joaquin Valley about 90 miles east of San Francisco, an agriculture country, flat land, hot summers, and the kind of town where everybody knows everybody. It's not a kind of place that produces a lot of NFL players, but the ones who do make it out of the Central Valley knows what it costs. He grew up the son of Dwight Bland and Adrienne Tompkins. His dad studied culinary arts and worked as a chef, but he was also the first coach that DaRon had ever had. His mom worked as an administrative assistant, holding the household together while raising DaRon, his brother Keen, and his 3 sisters. DaRon and his cousin Montel started playing Pop Warner together at 6 years old. They'd be on the same team with the same sidelines and, of course, the same rides home. DaRon would later put it simply, "My parents and my family just always made sure whenever the opportunity comes, just be ready." Now remember that, because every turning point in DaRon Bland's career comes back to that one idea. DaRon attended Central Catholic High School in Modesto. He wasn't the cornerback. He played wide receiver on offense, defensive back on defense, and returned kicks. He also played basketball and ran track. Central Catholic won 4 straight state championships from 2012 to 2015, and DaRon was on the field for 3 of them. During his junior season, the Raiders went 16-0. DaRon had 48 tackles, 5 interceptions, with 3 returned for touchdowns, 4 receiving touchdowns, and a kickoff return for a score. His coach, Roger Canepa, described one stretch simply: it was back-to-back pick sixes. By his senior year, he was doing things in single games that didn't seem possible. Against Manteca, he caught a 70-yard receiving touchdown, returned an interception 104 yards for a pick 6, and took a kickoff 97 yards for a score, all in one game. And after all that, nobody recruited him. 0 stars on every major service. DaRon got one offer: Sacramento State. Bland arrived at Sacramento State in 2017 as a defensive back. Freshman year, 7 games, 5 tackles. Sophomore year, 44 tackles. Then, in his junior year, everything clicked. All 13 starts, first team, all conference, 43 tackles, 2 interceptions, 8 pass breakups. Best corner in the conference, and still nobody called. And then COVID hit. The entire 2020 season was canceled. A year of his life gone. So he transferred to Fresno State. Bigger program and more exposure. But DaRon Bland wasn't starting. He was buried on the depth chart all over again. Then Fresno State traveled to the Rose Bowl to play 13th ranked UCLA. In the 3rd quarter, a Bruins receiver caught a pass and broke upfield for a big gain. DaRon Bland tracked him down and ripped the ball out, forced the fumble, ran him over. Fresno State won 40-37. And DaRon Bland wasn't even starting when the game kicked off. He made the play that changed the momentum. He started every game after that. And then 2 months later, against Boise State, Bland picked off a pass and took it nearly 100 yards for a touchdown. And then the flag came in, holding. The longest play of his college career never counted. Now be sure to remember that. He finished this one season at Fresno State with 45 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble, and ran a 4.42 second 40-yard dash at Pro Day. April 30th, 2022, day 3 of the NFL draft. DaRon Bland is home in Modesto with his family. Pick 164. The Rams take running back Kyron Williams out of Notre Dame. Pick 165. The Vikings take defensive end Azezi Otomiwo out of Minnesota. Pick 166. The Bengals take safety Tycene Anderson out of Toledo. Pick 167. The Dallas Cowboys are on the clock. The phone rings. With the 167th pick in the 5th round, the Dallas Cowboys select DaRon Bland, cornerback, Fresno State. And in the living room in Modesto, a chef's son who spent 3 years in half-empty stadiums is standing with his family, hearing his name called by an NFL franchise. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, you know that rookie 5th-round corners don't usually see the field. Then came Week 4 against the Washington Commanders. Starting nickel cornerback Jordan Lewis went down with a groin injury. DaRon Bland was thrust into action. Sacramento State, Fresno State, and now Dallas. 3 different stops in the exact same story. Somebody goes down and DaRon Bland is standing right there. Carson Wentz dropped back and Bland picked it off. His first NFL interception. Lewis suffered a Lisfranc injury weeks later, and Bland stepped in full-time and finished with 56 tackles and the team-leading 5 interceptions, the most by a Cowboys rookie since 2002. Then came 2023. Trayvon Diggs tore his ACL, and there it was again. Another teammate goes down, another chance for the quiet kid from Modesto. Week 8 against the Rams. Matthew Stafford drops back and looks for Cooper Kupp. DaRon Bland steps in front of the pass and catches it like a wide receiver and takes it 30 yards to the end zone. The kid who played receiver at Central Catholic just beat one of the best route runners in the NFL to a football. Every time the ball goes in the air, I go back to my offensive ways, he said, trying to get the ball and see what I can do with the balls in my hand. Dan Quinn saw it from the beginning. There's never been anything that's been too big for him. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing, a real competitor. And then came Thanksgiving, November 23rd, 2023. AT&T Stadium is packed, a national television audience. DaRon Bland's family is in the building, and it's 4th quarter. Sam Howell drops back, Bland reads the throw, breaks on the ball, catches it at the Dallas 37. Howell lunges and misses. Bland cuts upfield, sidesteps defenders, and reaches the end zone. 63 yards. Pick 6, number 5. The NFL single-season record. Remember that play at Boise State? The 100-yard pick erased by a penalty? This time, there was no flag. This one counted, and it counted on Thanksgiving Day in front of the entire country. By the end of 2023, Bland had a league-leading 9 interceptions and those 5 record-setting pick sixes. First team All-Pro, Pro Bowl, and the cleats and gloves he wore on Thanksgiving were sent to the Pro Bowl Hall of Fame in Canton. And then his body started fighting him. A stress fracture in his left foot before the 2024 season. Surgery, 10 games missed. He comes back for the final 7 games and records 41 tackles, but not a single interception. The Cowboys believed in him anyways. 3 days after trading Micah Parsons, they gave Bland a 4-year, $92 million extension with $50 million guaranteed. I was kind of surprised, he said. I can't believe I'm going to be making that much doing what I do. I thank God, because not many 5th rounders get the opportunities that I had. His first call was to his mom. He played 12 games in 2025 and recorded a 60-yard pick 6 against Washington that proved the old DaRon was still in there. But in December, the left foot failed again. Same foot, same problem. Season-ending surgery in January 2026. When asked how he keeps handling it, he said, "You get comfortable in the chaos." When DaRon Bland walks past 5 Lombardi trophies on his way to work in Frisco, it is worth remembering that 4 years ago, this man wasn't even starting at Fresno State. Now, his cleats, and his gloves sit in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. From Pop Warner with his cousin in Modesto to Italian marble and Lombardi trophies in Frisco. From a 100-yard pick six erased by a flag at Fresno State to cleats and gloves sitting in Canton because of 63 yards on Thanksgiving. From a chef's son with 0 stars to a $92 million contract and the quietest celebration you have ever seen. No stars, no offers, a canceled season, 2 colleges, a 5th-round pick, 2 surgeries on the same foot, and you know what? None of it stopped him. DaRon Bland, number 26, Dallas Cowboy. And at 26 years old, the story is just getting started. If you enjoyed this one, please like and subscribe. We'll see you all in the next one. Peace.